and welcome to the General Hospital recap for December 4th. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps, and also be a beauty and hit that bell down below, right there. Where are you going? Right there, so you don't miss any of our recaps or videos. Also, I have some good news on the net neutrality front, something we've been talking about on this channel for the past week and a half or so. 28 senators are now asking the FCC to delay their vote, so your voices are being heard. I don't have the names of the senators, I'm sorry, I tried to look it up, I could not find that information, but keep calling your senators and keep calling your representatives and keep contacting the FCC. If for no other reason, they should delay their vote because they found that bots were interfering with the comment process back in July. So this is not a time to rush a vote. Speaking of not rushing a vote, the tax bill that passed the Senate is now going for conference in the House so they can merge it and make one bill, because the House passed their version and the Senate passed their version, and now they gotta merge them and then they have to re-vote on them. So if you're not feeling too hot about that tax bill, reach out to your representatives and let them know, because they're going to be really interested in what you have to say, since districts are smaller than a whole state and it's much easier for them to lose by a few votes as opposed to a whole statewide vote. So definitely go reach out. Don't do it. I've also linked some videos to net neutrality down below if you want more information about what it is. I highly recommend the Vlogbrothers video because it gives the most amount of information in a concise amount of time, and everybody likes in the concise amount of time. Isn't that right, little Mish? She's had quite enough. Mwah! Alright, so let's get to today's recap. Do we want Misha to stay in it? We'll keep her in it for now until she poses a problem. Right, Misha? Misha, I need to talk to you. It's serious. Mwah. Okay. Alright. Let's start this. Misha. Oh, Misha, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. At General Hospital, Elizabeth is majorly bothered by Andre's lies, since he had direct access to Jake for months. She reiterates how proud she is of Franco for dropping the charges, and also how he helped to unravel the whole situation, because if he didn't bring the light about the twins, then they would have never been on the radar about the twins. Robin comes up to Elizabeth and Franco. Elizabeth tells her that Sam's husband is Andrew. The Navy had his prints on file, so they were able to really get confirmation on this. Franco isn't happy about the whole revelation. He's really not making a secret of that. Oh yeah, by the way, I just combed my hair, so this is what we're dealing with right now. Elizabeth tells Robin Andre Maddox was involved, a memory mapping program for the WSB, then he had an anonymous backer. Andrew wasn't printed with Jason's memories, and Andre came to Port Charles to monitor Andrew. Franco is gonna head home. He doesn't like hearing about Jason possibly seeing his kids and just everything they're talking about. Robin tries to help everyone through this. Robin knows Jason's not gonna push to see Jake, and Elizabeth is going to need to make the first move on that front. Elizabeth has reservations because Jason hates Franco, but Jake and her love Franco, and Elizabeth would never expect Jason to change his mind about Franco, and Robin relates that to how Patrick felt about Jason. But what's best for Jake isn't his father staying away. Elizabeth knows her relationship with Franco looks crazy to anyone outside of it. At least she's self-aware, right? But she's so happy, happier than she's been in years. It's beautiful, uncomplicated, and honest. Okay, definitely not uncomplicated. I'm pretty sure it's the definition of complicated. And it was really funny because I was watching the episode again with my mom, and as soon as Elizabeth said that, she's like, it's not uncomplicated, and I showed her my notes where I wrote, okay, it is definitely not uncomplicated, LOL. And honest, not as honest as she thinks. Robin is heading back to California. Her and Elizabeth want to keep in touch better, and I miss the Drake Scorpio family on my screen so much. At the Metro Corps, Oscar comes back to meet Jocelyn. He bought a do-it-at-home paternity test that it's basically just swabs, you put in stuff, then you send it out, and you get the results in 1 to 2 days. Then Michael approaches them, and Jocelyn says they're just doing homework and stuff. Emphasis on and stuff. Michael says there's answers about Jason and his twin. He tells them who's who, and he still feels bad for Andrew even though he has Jason back. At least now Andrew's free to explore his past. Then Nelle comes in and wants to talk to Michael real fast, and Michael's like, we're in the middle of something, and Jocelyn's like, no, go, it's fine. So Jocelyn and Oscar are doing the test. Oscar swabs his mouth, and then she is going to send the glass in, and Jocelyn knows the chances of a match are minuscule. Oscar hasn't really thought about what comes after all of this. Like, he's been so focused on finding his dad, it's like, oh, what if we do? He hasn't really thought about that. Nelle tells Michael she has a present, and the way she's saying it makes it sound like it's for him, but then she's like, oh no, it's for Jocelyn. And I'm like, okay, I think you did that on purpose. Nelle doesn't want Jocelyn or Carly to know the gift came from her, and Michael says, of course she needs to know it came from you. You're her friend. And then they come back, and Nelle gives Jocelyn her early Christmas gift. It's a personal autograph picture of, I believe, Shawn Mendes. She said Shawn, and they talked about Shawn Mendes a lot this year, so I'm just going to assume it's him, because honestly, I don't know what Shawn Mendes looks like. The picture could have been him. It could have not been him. At Pier 55, Jason is on the pier, and I'm like, excuse me, sir, get off that pier. You should not be on that pier alone. Bad things have happened on that pier. Alexis is there too, and let me just say, piers have been great for both of them. Not really. Alexis asks where Sam is and if she knows that he's Jason, and he says that she's with his brother, and yes, everybody knows who's who. And Alexis says that she's relieved, but like, not the time. This isn't about you right now, but Alexis is gonna make it about her. And I just want to let you know, I'm aware that throughout the whole, I don't know, throughout the whole Michael Nelle thing, I was supportive of Carly finding out information on Nelle and kind of being a little bit involved. So I just want to put that out there. Personally, I feel like this next scene I'm going to talk about with Alexis and Jason, Alexis takes it to another level, and I'm not super okay with that, but I just wanted to put that out there first so you know that I'm aware that I may have like double standards here, but I really don't mean to, so I'm trying to examine that. So Alexis tells Jason how Sam continued to dive and search for him even after the rescue team was called off. Sam survived and persevered after she went through her mourning period. She worked really hard to put the danger behind her. She has a well-adjusted life now. Please don't make her give that life up. And I'm like, I just feel like Alexis has pretty much all but lost Christina at this point for trying to be super involved in her life. So, like, maybe don't get super involved in Sam's life, because, like, you should have already learned your lesson with Christina, but, and again, it's Alexis, and I'd be, like, again, telling Carly to back off. But, I mean, to be fair, Carly kind of did, right? She kind of did back off towards the end there and let Michael find his own way. I feel like that's where Alexis should be right now. Jason says that Sam was perfectly fine with the life they had before, and he never made her do anything, and he'd never make her do anything, but he also would never tell her what to do. Alexis says that Sam's happy now and safe, and she tells Jason not to call or show up, stay far away, run, Simba, run, and never return. Let her go. This is what I feel brings it to the next level, personally. She says that Sam and Andrew have a child together, and Jason's like, yes, so do we. And then Alexis says that this Andrew, he left the mob. Don't pull Sam back into that black cloud. And Jason says he's never told Sam what to do, and he's not going to start now. And honestly, Sam told Jason at the time to go with Sonny or go back to that warehouse, like, to help Sonny get out of the mob. Like, Sam encouraged him to be there for Sonny. From what we saw with the Aurora launch party, I think Sam's happy, but, like, I don't think she's, like, loving it, personally, just from what I noticed. And Alexis says that she hopes Sam has grown up enough to realize that Jason's no longer an option for her. Well, honestly, if I were Jason right now, even if I wasn't going to fight for my family, I would be now. And, like, that's kind of insulting to be like, oh, well, I hope she's grown up enough to know that not to be with you. Like, excuse you? Really? At the PCPD, Andrew asks Sam, where do we go from here? And she says, we go home. But he's not super feeling it, though, because is that his home? She says that they're real. She loves him. It's not about his name. They have a family and a home. She needs to hear him say that. He knows that what they have is real. Oh, how the turntables have turned. She accidentally calls him Jason, but that's not his name. And he starts pulling his ID and his cards out of his wallet. This is hard, and Sam wants him to own how hard it is and not just be kind of flippant and throw cards around and stuff like that. they have a conversation about Danny and telling him what's going on. And Andrew asks Sam if she wants him there when she tells Danny about Jason. And she says, of course. And honestly, that was one of the most heartbreaking moments of this episode. Andrew knows Sam loves him. He loves her, but he doesn't want to keep her away from anyone she doesn't want to be with. So if she wants to leave him for Jason, he won't get in her way. First of all, I want to give major props, because something I pointed out was that Jason's willingness to back off and let Sam and Andrew have their life was very Jason of him. And now Andrew's being very Jason, being like, I want you to be happy, I'll back off if that means you're happy. I want to acknowledge that moment. She says that she loved him 5 years ago and a lot has changed. She loves him, Andrew, now, and that's not gonna change. She says she didn't fall in love with the name. She fell in love with him. Nothing's gonna change that. He needs to figure out who Andrew Kane is, and she says that we could do it together, and he just wants a moment to process all of this. Alexis comes to see Sam. She says that she ran into Jason and he didn't say much, but she also leaves out everything she said to him. She gives her 2 cents on the situation. Jason is never gonna change. He is who he is, and that doesn't work for Sam anymore. She needs to think about her kids. And Sam's like you did with Julian? And Alexis, I kid you not, first says, well, you kids were gone for the most part. Your kids are younger. And at least Julian had the courtesy to lie about who he was and what he did. If Sam goes back, she'll go back knowing what he does and what he'll do to her children. I have no words. I'm sorry, I have no words. And it's too much. Sam can't breathe and she leaves. And honestly, I can't breathe either, because I'm just like, you did not just say that. Like, are you serious? Oh my goodness. And in this moment, we all realize that Alexis is 100% going to go back to Julian. Back at Pier 55, Sam is on the pier now, and so is Jason, and they look at each other from across the pier. At jail, I don't know, I've never been. Franco visits Andre in jail. Andre was hoping Franco would have showed people the truth about Jason and Andrew. And after Franco asks why Andre didn't take him down with him, Andre says it's because he's still his patient and he cares about that. Franco lets him know that Elizabeth is really mad, like super mad. And Andre says that, you know what, it wasn't Franco's mess to clean up, and Andre says he won't tell anyone that Franco had proof for weeks. Andre says that even though he's locked up, he can finally breathe for the first time in a long time. There's no more lies, no more secrets. Franco feels threatened by the Jasons. Franco's feeling really insecure, and Andre asks if Franco's just sabotaging his own happiness. Does he believe he doesn't deserve to be loved? And Franco says he's just trying to avoid death, and Andre thinks it's all excuses not to be honest with Elizabeth. Franco asks what if Elizabeth doesn't understand? What if she doesn't believe that he's changed? What if she ends things? And Andre says, yeah, well, that could happen anyway if you continue to keep secrets. He needs to tell Elizabeth everything and let her choose, and Andre has high hopes that Elizabeth would still be with him. Back at General Hospital, Franco wants to tell Elizabeth something with the potential to change them, and she says, I have something I want to tell you too that has the potential to change us. Let's get married. I mean, I know it shouldn't surprise me because we're in December and we haven't had a proposal yet, but oh my god. At the footbridge, Oscar sees Andrew on the bridge. He tells Andrew that he ditched the GPS and they're just up there clearing their minds. And my autocorrected GPS to God, so I'm reading this, he ditched the God. What? And now end scene. Franco asks Elizabeth, why now? Why are you telling me we should get married now? She says that she can't envision her world without him. She loves him, and he says, okay, yeah, those are good reasons. Those are pretty good reasons. So, yeah, he agrees. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get married. And she asks, oh, by the way, what did you want to tell me? And he's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not important. He loves her. Oh, Franco, you were so close. You were so close. And then just pulled it all back. Michael gets a call and he kind of goes off to the side. Nelle finishes up her conversation with Jocelyn about the gift and follows Michael. She thanks Michael for encouraging her to give the present to Jocelyn. Bye, all very nice. Nelle's going into the elevator and she takes something out of her purse. It's a silver Sharpie. Like the silver Sharpie that the picture was autographed with. It's a fake autograph. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I know it shouldn't surprise me, yet it did. Jocelyn packages up the paternity test. Jason approaches Sam. Sam approaches Jason. And I kid you not, look, I was going to say I'm not the kind of person that yells at the TV, but that's exactly what kind of person I am. The whole time the scene was going on, I can barely tell you what they actually said, because I kid you not, the whole time I'm sitting on my couch going, kiss, 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 kiss. Like, there was so much tension there, and I just could not stop doing this. Sorry for headphones users. So Jason approaches Sam. Sam approaches Jason. He tells Sam that it's gonna be okay, whatever happens, it's gonna all work out, and she says thank you, and then Jason walks away, and Sam's crying on the pier, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe they didn't kiss, and that is no disrespect towards her relationship with Andrew, but like kudos to Steve Burton and Kelly Monaco, because that scene was literally electric, literally. Not even in the figurative sense. There were sparks coming out of the television. Okay, so that is it for the Forced General Hospital recap. I will see you in 2 seconds for the fits, and I hope you have a great 2 seconds. Alright, bye!